I see you've all met our new cast member, Amanda. Isn't she all happy and perky? I just know she's gonna fit right in.
Amanda was the third born of Rick and Lynn Bynes, both dental professionals. As her parents worked on patients' teeth, Amanda developed a knack for making others smile.
I think I was performing ever since I could walk. I just love, my dad's a funny guy, so I just like to make people laugh. So when I was 7, I did a stand-up comedy class, and I would make my own outfits out of my mom's shirts, and they would be like dresses on me, and I would just do dumb jokes.
Catching the acting bug at a young age, Bynes channeled her energy into theater, playing Scout in To Kill a Mockingbird and Mary in The Secret Garden. She found work on the small screen as well, making her debut at age 7 in a Nestle Bunch of Crunch ad. Bynes also appeared in a Barbie commercial, but her career forever changed after a Laugh Factory performance where Arsenio Hall introduced her.
This lady has so much heart. This lady has more heart than Jordan and Johnson put together. When she steps on the stage, you know there's a lot of future there.
Participating in the Chain's comedy camp, the 10-year-old Bynes did a stand-up bit about her parents, school, and a pimple, showcasing her sharp delivery and expressive face.
Amanda's had it pretty easy. I think I'll give her a challenge.
Seeing Bynes perform, a Nickelodeon producer motivated her parents to let her try out for all that. Although somewhat hesitant, Bynes was a fan of the sketch comedy show and decided to audition. In a 2018 interview with Paper, Bynes described becoming a cast member as, quote, a dream come true. Bynes' first sketch set a tone for her comedy style.
I just want to tell y'all how happy and perky I am to be joining the cast of all that. We're all gonna have such fun.
Initially seeming perky and sweet, Amanda shows her devious side when long-suffering stage manager Kevin becomes the target of her prank. Amanda is thus embraced by her castmates and the audience.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Amanda, I just have one thing to say. Welcome to the cast.
At a time when most child actresses mimicked the Olsen twins, all that allowed Bynes to develop a unique comedic identity, being adorable one second and mischievous the next. This was exemplified through characters like Ashley,
That's me.
whose sweet persona melted away when answering letters from viewers, unleashing epic takedowns.
Next time you want to stop your stinking bike, why not drive it right into Tracy Sullivan from Yakima, Washington? She'll be the chick with the confused look on her face, standing there holding up her stupid peanut butter and jelly sandwich the wrong way.
Demonstrating her range, Bynes also paid homage to her comedy inspirations like Lucille Ball. As Bynes rose as arguably the show's most popular cast member, another was phased out. One of the original All That players, Katrina Johnson, was known for playing short characters with lively attitudes, most notably Ross Perot. By the time Bynes arrived, Johnson had grown up significantly, with the show's higher-ups criticizing her body image.
I went through puberty, and then the producers freak out because now I look like a woman and I'm not little girlish anymore. So then that became an issue.
Johnson didn't express animosity towards Bynes, complimenting the Laugh Factory routine that got her discovered. Yet Johnson got the sense that the showrunners were replacing her, and by the beginning of season 4, she was gone.
So the new favorite had arrived. I was out.
Nickelodeon once considered the idea of the Katrina Johnson show. This never came to fruition, but All That head writer Dan Schneider later created The Amanda Show. The sketch comedy launched the careers of Drake Bell and Josh Peck, among others. Like The Carol Burnett Show, though, the series would be anchored by its star.
My name's Amanda, and everyone here tonight gets a complimentary chicken breast.
Bynes had been a scene stealer on All That and the game show Figure It Out. The Amanda Show confirmed that she had the makings of a leading lady, with her gifts as a physical comedian and impressionist on full display. She portrayed an assortment of memorable characters like Judge Trudy, Courtney, and her own #1 fan, Penelope Taint. Are we the only ones who thought it was Tate growing up?
And Dan had said to us in the writer's room, don't tell what this word really means. He wanted us to keep that a secret.
Uncomfortable innuendos aside, The Amanda Show could be a clever source of slapstick and satire. Reflecting that Bynes was no longer a little girl, the show tackled teen dramas in the recurring segment Moody's Point. Imagine the crying Dawson's Creek meme, but intentionally funny.
I'll never find anyone who can understand my tortured teenage soul.
After ruling the small screen for several years, Bynes made her cinematic debut in 2002's Big Fat Liar. Playing Kaylee, she starred alongside fellow rising star Frankie Muniz and character actor Paul Giamatti, who was on the verge of mainstream stardom.
Snap him like a twig, squeeze him like a bug. I want you to turn him into mincemeat, and I don't even know what mincemeat is!
Even after becoming an Oscar nominee, many 90s and 2000s kids still fondly recognize Giamatti as the blue guy. The Amanda Show ended that same year, but Bynes had another show lined up with What I Like About You.
Yes, it's perfect. I can go live in the city with Valerie. She just got rid of her roommate.
Yes, and she's very excited about living alone. Plus, she works crazy hours. She's got her boyfriend.
It's not like she has to watch me constantly. I'm more mature now.
Starring opposite Jenny Garth, this odd couple sitcom centered on two sisters living in New York. Airing on the WB, this was Bynes' most teen-oriented project yet, suggesting that she was ready to move on from Nickelodeon.
Listen, I'm putting together a major press event on Sunday for that skateboarder guy you like, Tony Hawk. Wanna go?
Yeah, I want to go. Can I meet him? Can I get free stuff? I love free stuff.
The same can be said about Schneider, who co-created the series. On The Amanda Show, Schneider gained a reputation for abusive behavior, especially toward female writers. While Schneider had a fair deal of unchecked power at Nickelodeon, he was outranked by fellow What I Like About You creator Will Calhoun, allegedly getting left out of the writer's room.
There was just this massive amount of tension there where the network didn't really trust Dan.
Bynes had been close to Schneider throughout her upbringing. Schneider supported Bynes when she sought emancipation during her late teens. After that proved unsuccessful, Bynes and Schneider grew further apart.
Pretty soon after this, Dan parts ways with What I Like About You. He stays on with the show in name only.
Schneider remained at Nickelodeon until his inevitable downfall. Meanwhile, Bynes continued to mature as an actress.
Daphne, you look
Different?
Throughout her sitcom's four-season run, Bynes won her 6th Kids' Choice Award for What a Girl Wants, lent her voice to the animated film Robots, and starred in a modern-day take on Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. She's the Man was a breakout for co-star Channing Tatum, whom Bynes fought to get cast.
Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I think the best chance for us to be great here today is to have you play.
Bynes' performance also received praise from critics like Roger Ebert, but the film marked a difficult turning point for her. The story centers on Bynes' Viola posing as her twin brother Sebastian. Seeing the film, Bynes didn't like her appearance as a boy, enduring months of depression. Just as Viola concealed a side of herself, so too was Bynes.
This isn't how I wanted it to happen, and I didn't want to hurt you, but I just wanted to prove that I was good enough.
Few sensed that Bynes was struggling as she continued to find success with Hairspray. As Penny Pingleton, Bynes shared in a SAG nomination for Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture. Although Bynes described Hairspray as, quote, the most amazing experience she ever had on a set, it was around this time she learned about a drug called Adderall. Bynes had tried other substances, but Adderall likely had the most damaging effect on her.
She really attributes some of what happened and changes in her behavior and personality to the drug usage as it escalated and became, a much more serious issue.
After starring in Sydney White, Bynes was set to play the lead in 2009's Post-Grad, exiting the project for unknown reasons. Bynes also dropped out of playing a babysitter in the comedy Hall Pass, later attributing this to her struggles with substances and mental health.
Sorry, you probably don't want me sitting out here. And I understand.
While she voiced a character on Family Guy and appeared in the Lifetime film Living Proof, Bynes was absent from the silver screen for 3 years. She returned in 2010's Easy A, playing the religious rival of a then relatively unknown Emma Stone.
I'm not the one that you have to answer to for your depraved behavior. There's a higher power that will judge you for your indecency.
Tom Cruise.
I hope for your sake that God has a sense of humor.
Although many found her to be a great comedic foil, Bynes was dissatisfied with her performance and appearance. Looking back, Bynes believes marijuana might have clouded her judgment, but it convinced her to quit acting.
What will people say?
Retiring via Twitter, Bynes had various run-ins with the law over the following years. After her mother attained a conservatorship over her, Bynes made shocking accusations about her father, which she later confessed to be false. In 2014, Bynes revealed that she had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. That same year, Bynes started attending the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising. By the time she graduated in 2019, Bynes announced that she had been sober with help from her mom and dad.
Why don't we go to dinner? As a family? Maybe tomorrow?
Although her conservatorship ended in 2022, she continues to struggle with mental health. Back in 2018, Bynes hinted at a potential acting return. Since then, she backed out of appearing at a 90s Con All That panel and exited a podcast with Paul Semensky after one episode. While Bynes has made appearances on the Cameo app, she's currently seeking a career as a manicurist.
So I have learned over time to have an opinion and to say, like, if it doesn't sound good to me, to say, like, you know what, I don't want to do that, or that doesn't sound good, instead of just agreeing with everything my friends say.
Moody's Point notoriously ended with the revelation that the titular character was switched at birth. Just as we're about to meet the real Moody, viewers were left on an unresolved cliffhanger.
Well, let's go.
That's right, we have a show this weekend.
You've got a lot of circus things to learn.
You bet.
Likewise, Bynes' exit from Hollywood was sudden, with fans wanting more. At the peak of her comedy career, Bynes expressed interest in returning to theater and even taking on dramatic roles.
Because I grew up doing, plays when, in my community theater area. And so, but since then I've only done sketch comedy. And so I would love to sort of do something, that kind of just makes you cry.
As one of her generation's most versatile young stars, it felt like she was just getting started. That said, it's understandable why Bynes would want to leave the spotlight behind in favor of a steady, less stressful career. Whether Bynes pursues acting or fashion and beauty, we only hope that she finds happiness, just as she brought audiences happiness for so many years.
Deep breath and remember the family motto.
What's the family motto?
Keep at it or wink it.
What does that mean?
It means, Ducky, hang in there and you'll rock.
What's your favorite Amanda Bynes role? Let us know in the comments.
You've seen Cinderella, right? Let me clue you in.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.